Your ability to pause is going to empower you to respond in panic moments with mindfulness and with resilience and with one of my favorite words, intention, rather than reacting impulsively and giving in to the stress and the fear and the anxiety. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Power in the Pause podcast. How are you doing today? I'm your host, Wendy Paige Sterling. And I just want to take a moment and remind you guys that if you are not following me on social media, you need to be. My handle on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok is at Wendy Paige Sterling. So be sure to click follow so that you guys don't miss any of the content that I am sending out on a daily basis. And then finally, I am inviting you guys to please subscribe to this podcast, write a review, click the number of stars, because with your support, I will be able to help and guide more people out there in the universe. And I'm asking for your guys' help to please submit that and help me to get the word out and to make an impact across a larger audience. So thank you for tuning in today. And today's episode, I want to talk to you guys about a topic that may seem a little backwards when I talk about the power and the pause, but it came up in a conversation that I was having actually with a colleague, a recent colleague and friend of mine. And we were talking all about how it's hard to find the pause when you are not in a state of panic. And I'm not saying that panic is required for you to pause. I'm simply saying that if you're not in a place where you are in a panic, sometimes it's hard to feel that there is an opportunity for you to actually pause. And so think about it this way. When you're faced with a panic moment, okay? So whether that's, maybe something is happening at work, maybe you got an email, maybe something your kids did, but when you're faced in a panic moment, I want to invite you guys to think about what's possible if you just take a deliberate pause, right? Think about what happens when you're able to pause. You're able to get your energy settled, right? Coming back, recalibrating. When you do that, you're able to regain your composure. You're able to, again, deregulate the energy to be able to see things a little bit more clearly. You'll have some more clarity around the situation. And most importantly, it's going to help you to see what it is that you have control over, right? So ultimately, what the pause is helping you do is it's helping you just it's almost like what I'm seeing is like, it's almost like this out of body experience, right? It's allowing you to take a step back from the immediate panic that sets in and to take a breath and instead to just choose a different response, right? Instead of reacting, to choose to respond instead of react. I was talking to a client just yesterday and I was mentioning how, when you choose to react, you're actually revealing your weakness, and it is weakness to react. And your strength is when you choose to respond, right? So really the pause is what allows you to ground yourself back into your power, into your strength, and into that high vibration energy that isn't going to guide you wrong. Okay. Another reason why you can find why the pause helps you in those moments of panic is when you pause during panic moments, it's actually an opportunity for you to see like what's being triggered within me, because it's not this. There's something underneath. There is an underlying trigger that maybe you're not aware of, or maybe, you think that it's something that keeps creeping up, but you're like, why does this keep coming up? And so if you allow yourself to assess what that underlying trigger is, in that pause during that panic, it's going to allow you to reach this new level of self-awareness that ultimately is incredibly crucial and vital for your own personal growth and emotional resilience. Panic moments also require important choices and decisions, right? So many times we get into a panic because we know that something has to be decided. We have to make a choice. And so when we enable ourselves to power in that pause, what we're actually enabling ourselves to do is to go from that heightened irrational state to becoming more rational, right? Not being impulsive. I can't tell you how many times I have made decisions from impulsive choices, and it hurts me. It hurts the other person even. So in the moment of the pause, what you're able to do when you're in a panic is you're able to think more about what the long-term consequences can be from the action or the decision that it is that you're choosing to make. Another reason why pausing is important during those moments of panic is pausing actually, it allows you to better manage the emotions that are coming up. So imagine it being sort of like this emotional regulator, right? When you let yourself pause, what you're doing is you're reducing your stress and your anxiety level. And you're actually allowing yourself, giving yourself permission to come from a place of calm and even greater clarity. I can't tell you how many times when I just allow myself to stop and think and just reassess, that all of a sudden, all these other things appear in front of me that, like, when I'm in that heightened state, wouldn't even come into my thought process. Like, it wouldn't even be something that I would necessarily have thought were possibilities in those particular moments. So again, thinking in those moments that when you physically feel the panic, you know it's somewhere in your body and you feel yourself heightening, that stress is going up. That's an opportunity for you to just pause and to get yourself regulated back into that state of calm. And then finally, during a pause, you can become your best self in how it is that you solve problems. It's going to open you up to see solutions or strategies that are part of what I talked about earlier, which is those underlying triggers that are pushing you into having these panic moments. And so, in essence, your ability to pause is going to empower you to respond in panic moments with mindfulness and with resilience. And with one of my favorite words, intention, rather than reacting impulsively and giving in to the stress and the fear and the anxiety. And it's really what's going to be that valuable framework to navigate any and all challenging situations that arise. And you're going to come out on the other side so much stronger, right? I bring up the word mindfulness because really, when you pause and you practice mindfulness, you're allowing yourself to come back into that present moment and to ground yourself. When you're in panic, you're either in the past or you're in the future. So when you pause and you ground yourself in that particular moment, you're going to notice what's going to happen inside. And that sense of stability is going to come back. It's going to ground you. It's going to get you to that place of balance. You know, panic is what takes you out of the present moment. And it's what aggravates, instigates your inner critics, those negative thoughts, your limiting beliefs. And so what I hope that you're hearing me say in today's episode is that panic moments give you the opportunity, or I should say, gift you with the opportunity to grow and to learn and to, like, just smash through that glass ceiling to your next level. And to really see the panic as a new tool that you get to develop in the pause for overcoming those types of moments. And so I really encourage you, the next time that you are in this place of panic, that you recognize where it is that it's happening inside of your body to be able to say to yourself, oh, I recognize what that moment is. Okay, I need to take a breath. I need to walk away. I need to turn off the phone. I need to step away from my desk. I need to turn off my computer. I need to walk out of the room, whatever it is. And giving yourself permission to take a pause, whatever that looks like for you. It's going to look different to everybody, and you don't need to make an excuse. You don't need to explain yourself. You get to take that moment for yourself, and you get to just let the other person know if you happen to be in a room with somebody or you're engaging on the phone with somebody, right? But I trust that you are just a whole human who is able to come up with a strategy that is going to work best for you in these particular moments so that you can come at them the next time in a different way, coming from your strength instead of reacting and showing your cards and showing your weaknesses. And so I'm curious to know what is coming up for you hearing this episode. I'm curious to hear what it is that you are, what it is that you're going to change for yourself today. And I'd love to hear about it. I think the easiest way for you to reach out is to just DM me the word panic, and let's have a conversation about what it is that either, you're having a hard time with, or maybe you're starting to implement these practices into your life, and to share with me what that is like. I want to experience what it is that is coming up for you. Maybe there's a challenge, or maybe there's a celebration that we get to have together. So I invite you guys to reach out that way. I hope that you found today's episode interesting, and I hope that it has sparked some curiosity on your end, because ultimately what I am here to hopefully help you do is to give you nuggets of information that are really going to help you learn the power in the pause. So thank you guys so much for tuning into today's episode. I am sending you all so much love, light, and joy as always. Mwah. Bye, everybody.